Hi, my name is Pingo. I'm going to show this concept I've been interested in for a while. After seeing various commercials with 3D knitting and weaving, I got inspired and started looking into knitting in 3D. There's some stuff popping up around the web on this. One is this paper by Sam Yüksel et al. About stitch measures. It's kind of scientific but really cool stuff. Also, I had a chat with some really cool guys who's done some amazing work with ice strands in Softimage. And I wanted to try and replicate some of these concepts that I learned in Cinema 4D. Alright, here we go. So we're going to start with this shape. I pre-built this. This is just a spline, a B-spline, as you can see, and it's supposed to kind of knit into itself. The ends are going to meet, and we're going to use that as the base. So we need some strings to kind of go around it, and we're going to use a helix, and I'm going to scale it down. Just going to increase the height. This doesn't really matter because it's going to be stretched along the other spline, but you'll see that. We're going to use the spline wrap to get it onto the master spline. And oh, this is the wrong way to do it. Have to put the deformer underneath. And don't worry, it looks weird, but we'll just you'll figure it out. It's one of them. You'll find it. Here we go. And this is actually, so far it's procedural, so you can still go and increase the angles on this, the revolutions on it, and start by I just made it a bit smaller. Start by multiplying the revolutions by 2. I mean, they have to be, you have to divide them by 360 because then the ends will meet. So I'm just multiplying by 2. This looks okay, and then we need some more of these helixes. So I'm just going to group that one and rearrange it somehow. Things that you put inside and all, then the deformer will work on all the subsequent objects in there. So we've got 4 of them, and I'm just gonna rotate them 90 degrees. I just type that in. You can do it by you can also do it by holding down Shift. You're doing it in increments. Anyway, so we got some revolving splines here. Now we need to freeze those. And this is not the way to do it. You have to, I'm just going to undo that. You have to just select them all and hit C for make editable, and then you can connect those. And then just dump the deformer underneath that one instead, and make that current state to object, and you can get rid of that, the first one there, hide it, whatever. I'm not going to make this procedural. It probably could be, but this is just the concept. So you're going to have to work on the proceduralism yourself. I might do another one on that. Anyway, we have a new master spline here, a new master object. And I'm just going to show you what it's supposed to do here. Just going to put it into a cloner and offset it some side by side here, so you'll get the idea. You probably already get the idea. Anyway, I made them so they're kind of an easy number to remember. So when I multiply them out, they'll fit with something that's easy to remember. I think it's 20 centimeters. Yeah, you see the ends meet, and there you go. So far, so good. But we want to make sure that it also tile up and down. So I'm just going to make a quick test to also show you that. Make it into a grid array. couple in the x-axis, a couple in the z-axis, none in the y-axis. Oh, not, it's 60. And there you go. You see, they're kind of interlocking with each other. So now we have to make these renderable somehow, and we're going to do that by putting on some hair on these. And just to start out, we're just going to start with the master spline to see what we can do. So I'm going to show that. So add some hair. And oops, I think I did something wrong. I probably, I applied it to the cloner. Drop the hair object into there, and yeah, you got some hair there. Make it into the spline guide, and you have to increase the segments on it. And we've got something going already here. And jump into the hair material. You can actually see the segments there and make something that looks nice. And jump into the hair material. And I'm just going to make it as the thickness. I'm going to turn that down. I know that it has to be smaller than this. I'm working in quite a small scale. You're going to have to figure that out yourself. Your scale. It's not going to be hard. Just keep in mind that there's some pitfalls here. Keeping the scale. Anyway, we've got something going here. Looks very mechanical. We have to get some random into that. You're going to do that in the hair section here. Don't mind about the count number and all that other stuff. It's automatic. But you want to do you want to go down to the cloning and make some clones of this. And immediately it's going to look kind of crazy. But you'll just play around with the numbers, and it doesn't need a lot to make it randomized, and yeah, you'll see. This is going to help on a bigger scale to the overall look of it in the end. I'm just going to make the hairs slightly thinner in here. I'm going to make them thicker just to start with. We need to get a light on this so we can see what's make it look good in the end. We need a light, just a point light, and make the shadow into shadow maps. Hairs are using shadow maps anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can see now that it starts to take shape. It starts to look like something. So when you're satisfied, let's see how it works with the cloner there. I'm going to clone it out, and I'm going to render, and nothing happens. Because hairs doesn't clone, not even if you using instances. At least I can't get it to do it, but if you can, then that would be awesome. So we have to find a workaround on that. And what we're going to have to do is we need to get a connect object, and do not drop the cloner into the connect object. That's not how it works. Just select the connector object and drop the cloner into the objects field. And this will connect the splines, the master splines, your master spline, into a continuous one, and you will then be able to apply the hair to that one. You're gonna just click in that field with the hair count there, and it'll adjust itself, and And there you go. We have a repeating pattern, and it's actually still the random is random per knot, which is quite good. We can do some more tweaking on the hair now with the render region on to get it perfect. We need them to be kind of thicker, so that we need them to hide what's underneath. In this case, at least. So we won't have to make some stuffing, which is a whole other issue. But yeah, this is starting to look like microwave. It's pretty good. So now we have to see if it. We have to get it to work on a surface instead, because this was just the concept is that we have to spread this out over bigger surfaces so we can start modeling stuff. And I'm just taking a plane here and putting the clones on the polygon center, and they are aligning with it. So and don't start turning the clones around or anything. Go back into your master spline and twist the center of it instead, so that it turns the right way. You're gonna be very happy that you did that in the end. And this is you have to figure out which way. Holding down Shift key. I think I'm gonna turn off something because it's a bit slow actually doing this. There you go. They're interlocking again. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Reset, undo, whatever. I don't know why they introduced that. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Just hide the plane so we can see. And it's gonna take a while now, but yeah. Oh, Eureka! There you go. We got knitting in Cinema 4D. Just gonna move that light so we can see some of the specula on this on the strands, on the hairs. Cinema doesn't make strands. So let's have a look at it. You see all the little hair splines there. The guide splines are sitting there nicely. You can probably do something to optimize this by hiding something and revealing some kind of proxy. So, because I'm imagining if you want to make something in a larger scale, you're going to get a lot of detail and a very slow viewport. You're going to have to do that if you want to decide to make a production setup. This is not production proven. This is more like a concept of it. I'm hoping that someone will pick up the glove and actually try and do some more tests in this, because it could be cool if we could get it working. Because it's actually a pretty fast render, the Cinema 4D hair render, and even though it's not really physical, you can actually use the physically based one, but it renders so fast, and once there's so much detail in it, you really trick the eye into thinking that that this is something real. Yeah, looks pretty good. It's a bit straight, so we're gonna add some variance into it, some random hairs, and I'm actually just gonna take a duplicate of the hair object that we already have, and I'm gonna tweak that. And there's two ways. I'm gonna show you one of them first. Just go into the clone section, just make one clone instead, and just pump the variation up on it, and I'm just rendering that now. You can see it's got some kind of feel. That also looks cool, by the way, kind of a web. Anyway, this is one way to do it. The other way is, yeah, you can see here, here's a render with both of them enabled. But it's still not quite the look that that I'm going for. I want a more like a more fussy look. So I'm actually just gonna I'm just gonna apply this the second hair object to the plane, the initial plane that we're copying all these clones onto. These are the guide splines. Just change it into polygon area, so they're kind of random, and yeah, turn this down so you don't need all these guides. Turn down the length some, and then go into the hairs and I don't know. You figure out how many you want. Pump up the segments there, so no clones, so you know what's going on. And then duplicate the hair material and put it on the second hair object. I'm just gonna make sure that I just did that. Yep, I did. And now get into that one, and we need some distortion on that. Oh yeah, in the editor you can get it to show show hairlines. So there you can see your hairs in the viewport, or representation of it at least. And I'm going to enable the bend and turn that up quite a lot. Put some variation into that. Yeah, let's see if there's something else we can do. Maybe some kink. Yeah, fine for now. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, that'll be fine. Combining those two. Just need some more of those. So yeah, pump that up. And you should have something that will begin to look kind of organic. Yeah, pretty good for C4D. But this is all very good, and we need to see if this will work on other objects as well. And I'm just going to make a sphere now, because of course we like to use this on other than just planes. I mean, because that would be like a typical example, and then you can't really use it in production. And I'm going to say we are, as you can see already, we are going to run into some problems here. Especially about scaling the clones to the size of the actual polygons on the objects that we want them cloned to. There is a plugin that this guy wrote that actually does it. That actually rescales the clones to the polygon area. This should be standard in C4D. Really, it's a very, very useful little plugin. I'm not gonna be showing you how to use it here. I'm gonna show you in another, in some other renders that I did after this is done. I'm just gonna put the light properly so you can see it here, because this is, I mean, this will work somehow. Put some more work into it, and it's probably gonna be able to do some kind of production on it. I haven't tried with some kind of deformation on it, or animating a character or something, but so I don't know how that works. I guess somehow you could be able to get it to work. But you can see at the top here when we render that they're all clumping together, and though it looks kind of nice, I don't think it's actually realistic. I'm going to change this sphere into another type now just to get a quick workaround on that issue. Would be really cool if you could distribute these clones so So they were looking at the UV coordinates of an object. That would be awesome. They would be kind of the same size, and yeah, clones fitted to UVs. That would be nice. Anyway, probably going to start to look good again. Just going to do some tweaking, and I think I'm pretty much going to leave you with that. Whoops, for a ball. You can do some different stuff to make this look better. I mean, it'll even work with global illumination actually, and it's pretty fast. I'm going to show you later. Just going to put some backlight color into it here. Remember to do it on both of the objects. It looks a bit hard, like plasticky, and it'd be cool to have some subsurface scattering on this one. You can kind of cheat it if you want to. You can, if you take the light and then just go to the shadow settings, and you just decrease the density of the light, and you get some of the light is shining through and affecting that backlight that we just added. And then I don't know, I'm just going to do another light, just kind of whatever, fill light to pick up the dark areas then. One thing you can also do is go in and change some transparency on the hairs. Instead of changing the thickness of the hairs on these extra hairs to add randomness, just do something to the opacity of them, and that'll make it look good. So they're not so they don't have this sharp end to it. Just going to decrease the length somehow. Do a final render. So that's pretty much it. Got some good detail there. Probably do better if you tweak the shading, and maybe you don't even want this spatula on it. Anyway, have fun. I'm just going to show you some other renders now that I did. You can actually, as I said, take this into the physical render. So this is with the depolysize effector that I was talking about, and it's actually I'm using the physical render here, so you can actually add the depth of field and do some nice tone making. You can also change colors to some degree. It's kind of a challenge, but maybe someone else can figure that out. Maxon, make this work. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I hope you'll have fun knitting. Bye bye.